Hi guys, my name is Faisal. You are watching Technology in the Future. So the new iPhone 14, iPhone 14 Pro, iPhone 14 Max and iPhone 14 Pro Max are in all their glory. Live photos of mockups. The new iPhone 14 series will go into mass production in early August. The New York Post has published photos of the exact mockups of the iPhone 14 smartphone, which are used by accessory manufacturers to create protective cases. In addition, a video was published showing these layouts. The leaks indicate that there will be 4 devices in the lineup, including the iPhone 14, iPhone 14 Pro, iPhone 14 Max, and iPhone 14 Pro Max. This year, there will be a new model called the iPhone 14 Max. Will receive the feeling of the regular iPhone 14 with a larger screen than the two standard version iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Max. Will inherit the design of the previous generation, while the iPhone 14 Max will receive a larger screen. Smartphone will receive last year's single chip system, 6 GB of RAM, 12 megapixel cameras, and 60Hz screens. As for the iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max, these models are expected to abandon the banks. They will get 120Hz LTPO screen, 6 GB of RAM, a new single chip system, and a new 48 megapixel camera with 8K video support. According to JP Morgan Chase, the iPhone 14 series will go into mass production in early August, with sales beginning in September. First two small size models, the iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Pro, will be launched into production. It is worth noting that last year's iPhone 13 series entered the mass production stage in July. On the other hand, the iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max will offer 256 GB of storage already in the base. All new Apple production will have 6 GB of RAM, currently 6 GB only available on Pro models. According to recent data, all models of the iPhone 14 line will receive the same amount of RAM, 6 GB. Recall that the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max models have the same amount of memory, but the iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 mini will have only 4 GB of RAM. Thus, the younger models of the new line will become better relative to their predecessor, but the older ones will remain at the same level. But the iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max will have another advantage. The number of flash memory sources say that the version will have 256 GB of storage versus 128 GB for the current generation. How much older version will have in unclear. Most likely there will be a version with 512 GB and 1 TB of storage. The sources also say that the iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Max will receive LPDDR4X RAM, while the iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max will boost LPGDR5 RAM. So this is information about the iPhone 14 series. You will take care of yourself. We will meet you in the next video. Bye bye.